ain't cooking much. But yeah.
The dough
Um
was the dough was still soft and cold in the middle. What is this?
exactly like crudo, like yeah. So yeah, so you were asking about the factions. So Silverhand kind of like
Uh,
starts speaking. He's like,
uh, yeah, I was referring to about the relationship between the two clans, but it seems like you made mention that you were not necessarily as I guess friends would be the incorrect term. I guess the proper term would be good acquaintances. Yes.
something along lines like that. So, oh, did I say that he's from the Cobalt Suns, right?
Uh, yeah.
Okay, so you're like, no, my boss, is not a fan of the blood magics. Just like the Bloodhawks are doing lots of blood magic and blood hunting. See, from a group of Templars. And tomorrow's like,
Yeah, they seem to be rather extreme with their craft, so to speak. And they're also willing to take measures that are rather egregious. I guess that's the words I want to say. Egregious. They attacked the town once from the shipping dock, and then they attacked it from all sides. They even went out the way to try to. They even went out the way to destroy the entire mayor's mansion, killed everybody inside, including the mayor.
hmm, that is an extreme way of doing things.
Although now that I think about it, you would think that the town would be in a bit more of an uproar about it than what it currently is. For right now, it seems rather quiet.
Hmm.
I mean, granted, this happened about last week or something like that, so I imagine most of the excitement has already died down. But you would think there would be like protests or something like that going on in hopes
Just,
of a new mayor to probably take the stand.
It's been quiet for a while, I've noticed. Yes. Um, so if this continues, we, the Cobalt Sons, will have to step up and, well, try to relieve the masses.
Well, I'm just an outsider. I don't really have much stake in the matter, but it sounds like it's a decent call. I looked at it tomorrow. Does that sound like a decent call? I'm assuming this is a decent call.
She nods across the table. Fenris is like, "What are you guys whispering about?" Silverhand is like, kind of like looks at Fenris. Eddie's like Wolf. And looks at Viggy and tomorrow.
But speaking of which, how did you two end up meeting up? Last time I saw you, Fenris, you was well in the ruins.
Well, I walked on my own, to the ruins and got attacked by goblins, and he happened to be, you know, there. He arrived to my aid and he helped me. Silverhand's
I'd
like,
imagine you were looking for another artifact as well.
yes, um, I have been, yes. You see, I was on my way to getting a a relic, a rumor to bring in the cold weather.
Bring in the cold weather.
Yeah, like kind of like a kind of like a frost. No, like not natural.
I see. Are you say implying that well that the artifact in question that you were looking for was altering altering the weather around it?
Mm-hmm.
So these artifacts have different effects. I seem to have noticed that. Now, there is one major question I've been meaning to ask. In regards to all these artifacts that are around this place, do they
Mm-hmm.
all kind of just mesh and coincide with one another? Do they all, or are they all different artifacts of different devices or something like that? Because it seems that we're looking for many different artifacts, but they may not be exactly leading to the same thing. Like I will know the ones in the ruins was leading to that of a portal of some kind. The one that you mentioned was in regards to the weather, and the one that we're supposed to be looking for up in Silent Peak is somehow so horribly disgusting and disfiguring that your scout decided to leave it in a box.
Yes. Well, the scholars of the Templars have theories on that they're connected to some sort of uh, dark entity of sorts, trying to bring out chaos around the world. And of course, they haven't even heard about the goddesses in the wild. Nature goddesses like fire, water, earth, air. Um, and who's? Hold on, hold on. Can you go over there, dude? Thank you. Sorry. So yeah.
So, all of these artifacts are all chained up to potentially, if used in the way I think they're going to be used, they're going to be used to. I say use way too many times. Hold on a second. They're going to be acquired to release some chaotic being that is supposed to rock this place. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
And all these effects of these artifacts are completely different, but they all link up to this one specific thing.
Yes. That's according to our theorists and scholars.
Okay, so from my understanding, we don't really want this chaotic beating to be coming about.
I wish that to be so. Yes. Um.
So my question then revolves around this: what exactly are we planning to do with these artifacts once we get them? Are we just going to keep them away from each other, but still keep them intact, or are we just going to destroy them completely?
We would like to we would like to destroy these and eradicate them from the face of the world, never to be seen again. I believe the Bloodhawks want the opposite and want to use them to their own devices. And tomorrow's like, and my group just doesn't want that wants to well fight the bad in the world. So
Okay, so Cobalt Stars wants to destroy it. Bloodhawks obviously wants to use it to summon the Chaos God, and we're just collecting it just for collection's sake.
I was like, no, more like, preserving it, but keeping it away from those who are trying to use it for bad, you know?
Yeah, so I do have a question. Would
Yes.
it be a bad idea to bring all these artifacts in within the same place?
No, that's why we have different spaces, separated in rooms. Um, or that, or have some of our powerful as mages kind of like put them in a separate planes of existence. If that works or not, but away from those who are ill intended, you know. Fantasy's like it seems like you just collecting things just cause. Hermione's like raises her eyebrow like, alright. No, 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 we aren't. Fenris, huh? Shrugs. So Rena's like, it is best we destroy these things than just run them amok. And you can see tomorrow and Silver kind of like stare at each other, like kind of like toe, not like kind of like toe to toe, kind of like more like a little bit of a spark.
Uh, Wait a minute, hold on a second. If I may be the reasonable common sense person here, uh, while I do admit preserving some form of history is a rather important thing to do, I do also believe that protecting the sanity that is this current world is probably a much more meaningful and better effort. So, while I don't necessarily think that we should destroy them, I think something does need to be done about them in which they cannot be effective to release said uh, chaotic beast. Perhaps find a way to, say, drag out the magical essence from them and perhaps use it for other purposes that is not so chaotic.
Give me a persuasion.
All right. No, Scam, I don't know who you are. No, I do not have a car warranty or anything like that. I don't even have a license. Why are you asking me these things? All right, persuasion. Ooh, that's actually a very nice plus on that. But let's see what the dice say. Survey says 22.
Oh, okay. Um, they stop staring at each other with those electricity in their eyes, kind of, that tension, and they look both at you. Tamara kind of like calms down and kind of like sits back down again, and Silverhand kind of like crosses his arms in front of his face, kind of like, all right. As he slowly also calms down, you too have points, Mister Figgy, is it?
Big easy common term, yes.
All right.
I like to keep it at least not too business professional, but something relaxing to people to say.
All right. I can talk to the other Templars. See to it that I talk to our leader. And we'll see it from there. And we meet at the same spots here if anything.
Understood. And we'll meet here before you embark on the train tomorrow morning?
Yes.
All right. Uh, I think that just about covers up all the bases that I wanted to understand. Was there anything else that you wanted to know, Tamara?
And I was like, yeah, giving us some booze for free for the night, or Saran's like, sure, why not?
Oh, well, in that case, if we're just gonna go straight over to the booze, what about food? What do you
um,
recommend is good to eat here?
let's see. We do have the kebab special. Um, those like beef kebab with like vegetables. It comes in fives. It's a hearty little plate. Bender's like, oh yeah, the beef kebabs. Those are good.
I could go for some kebabs.
So we're kind of like,
In fact,
good.
yeah, you know what? That actually, I haven't really eaten anything since breakfast this morning. Kebab sounds like a nice little victory lunch for an agreement.
All right, cool. So Ren kind of like snaps his fingers a bit, and like you see like waitresses, two waitresses kind of like, well, actually, no, one waitress kind of like is like, yes, sir. So Ren's like, give me your finest kebab platters, please. The beef ones. We're lovely guests. The waitress is like, okay, and just like writes it down, and writes it down, and is like, you have any? You guys want anything to drink?
Uh, well, let's see, it's noon, and someone mentioned booze, so, I'll take your finest ale, please.
Okay. What about you, Tiefling? Tomorrow, like it's tomorrow, but yeah. I will have. If you have wine, that'd be great. Um, so yeah, and then she writes it down, and then Fenris is like, "Give me your biggest booze mug, yeah, like big ale, like you, tallest one you have." She's like, "Right away." How about you, sir? Silverhand is like, more water, please." Alrighty, I'll get your 2, 3, 4 kebabs. They all nod. Okay. And then she goes, rushes over back to the kitchen, goes into the kitchen and stuff. And you kind of hear her say, "Bridget, 5 kebabs." Okay. Goes and starts cooking. While you guys wait, um, you see the furbog stand up, the walking stick, go over to you guys, and kind of like waves and says, "Hi, hey, we're meeting with friends here.
Hello?
We're meeting with friends here."
Uh, More like a business meeting, so to speak, but we have just wrapped up the business and we're just having a nice little lunch. Uh, who are you exactly?
Oh, my name is Reki Wolf. Um, I'm a furbog, and I'm a druid. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got some gifts for you. Um, she has like a little pouch and stuff. She kind of like goes and finally grabs like a little bag and kind of like takes out. Um, and like an amulet. Kind of like with it's a wooden it's like a amulet with a wooden like deer head with the antlers. She puts that down in front of Figgy, and then one that has like a wand. Pass it over to Tamara, and what looks like kind of like a little box of kunai and kind of like the defenders. Maybe these would help you in your journeys.
Thank you. This was rather unexpected. Uh, what has who has asked you to give us these gifts?
No one, it's just me. And then she kind of like takes out a little like frog from her pocket. Here, and just put it on the table. This little guy is Speedy.
Wait a minute. Aren't you that same frog that was in my room a few days ago?
Speedy kind of like just ribbits like ribbit, and you hear in your head, don't tell him I talk. Ribbit.
So, you found the frog in my room, yes?
Yes. I was well I was looking for little friends to befriend with. I found a few little, and then she kind of like takes off her hat, and there's two squirrels there. I found two squirrels in your room.
Why were there squirrels in my room? Actually, wait, that's a dumb question. That's not even my room anymore. It's just a lodging. But wait a minute, hold on. Why were there squirrels in my room?
You left the window door open a bit, and the squirrels came in, and the squirrels kind of like kind of like do the little squirrel talk, and she's like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, and she says, uh, they said you're an idiot.
They are lucky I am in a public setting.
And she starts to like kind of like scroll talk at them like kind of with the whole like gesturing and stuff. Keep in mind that she's like about 8 feet tall. She's tall. Like she's like not she's nodding. She's like okay. Puts her back back on.
What they say.
What like they say that you're lucky you're a domestic cat and not a savage one. But it just means to say, and I told them. It, anyway, apologies for that. Squirrels are sometimes mean.
Sometimes. There hasn't
Sometimes.
been a single time I came across a squirrel in which they were nice.
I mean, these squirrels are mean. Well, the squirrels that I've met, they were nice, but these ones are mean. But they're cute.
Cute does not excuse meanness. Trust me, I've learned that the hard way many times.
And it was like, uh, why are you giving these gifts again? I mean, they look cool, but like, why? And the druid is like, well, can I not be nice to someone for once?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being nice, but when you just run up to someone you met for the first time ever and you offer them gifts, it kind of feels like there's been a couple steps that's been, I don't know, leapt, so to speak. Normally, you give gifts to somebody that you've known for quite some time, like, say, maybe a week or something like that. You've only known us for exactly 30 plus seconds.
Hmm. Like kind of, I know everybody already, so I've wandered everywhere. And if you could give me Either Arcana or Religion check.
I will pick the one that has the higher bonus,
Hmm.
which would most likely be uh Arcana. So that is a 14.
Okay. So for some reason you kind of like you feel is Arcana, right? Okay. So you feel that there is radiant magic surrounding this particular Verbok druid, and not just your typical magic. It's more like more of the like she's coming off with this nature energy more than an usual druid could can. She's like, yes,
If I'm not mistaken, how exactly in tune with you to say these creatures, such as this frog on the table here?
a lot. Um, she kind of like spreads her like hands, like arms, like kind of like a emotion of like this. Oh, it's like huge, like big amount type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a lot, like this, even more.
I see. Now, uh, Reiki, was it?
Yes.
Um, hmm. Can you explain to me what this thing that you just gave me was, or do you have no idea what this thing is?
Mm, I could explain. And helps you protect you from bad guys.
What kind of bad guys?
Bad ones like you know, bad intention people.
Okay. So what exactly does it do?
It's like protection from good or evil. Um, you put it
Does it
on
create like a? Mm-hmm.
like a
You put it on.
you put it on and you there's like magic surrounding you. It's good magic though. I don't want to harm anybody.
So if I put this on right now, no one in this table should be hurt, correct?
Yes.
Biggie puts on the amulet.
When you put on the amulet, uh, you could tell definitely you could see Fenris, and Tamara and Silverhand. Their auras are all kind of like this golden, like golden yellow, meaning they're golden yellow with like light green coming off of them, and you could tell that they are being protected in a way, including you. You have this aura, and but if you look at the Furbog, her aura is massive and intensely. Huh.
But is it also gold?
Um, give me perception for that if you like look closer.
All right. Da, 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 8.
You can only tell that her aura is bigger than the rest of you in the table and the tavern itself. Um, you could also tell like around you, around the tavern is The aura forge doesn't have an aura. But like the one with that polished the their uh their longbow did have an aura, but it was a little bit faint. But it's mostly gray, and those the people in the corner. Let me grab them. As you can now clearly see with your sight a little bit better. These guys, on the other hand, they are about this light red.
Hmm. I want to roll a Arcana check to see what the light red means.
Okay, give me an Arcana check. Oh,
Natural 20.
damn. Okay. As you look at them, you could definitely tell that the red, you just feel like there's this ill intent towards especially your table. They're just somehow waiting for something.
Oh. Okay. Now, what about the person with the jet black and blue hair that was sitting by the fireplace?
Um, yeah, them, gray. Okay, so they seem to be a neutral towards everything right at the moment. Um, so yeah, they seem to be like this air of neutrality. But you could also tell that this person is looking back at your table and at you know the other table with the shady people.
Ah. And the person that's sitting over there by the counter in front of the Warforge?
Yeah, that doesn't have an aura whatsoever.
So the Warforge has a gray aura. The person in front of the Warforge does not have an aura.
On the one that's the Warforged, it doesn't have an aura, but the person in front of the yeah does have a great
But
aura.
this one right here has a gray aura.
Yeah,
And so does the one with the jet black and blue hair, which I'm assuming is probably going to be here, or like any basically person by the fire. Wait, this is the person with the jet black and blue hair? This one
yeah,
right here?
yeah. This one right here.
Oh, I thought they were at the fireplace.
Oh no, they were here first, and then they walked over to the bar and grabbed a drink and stuff. And
Okay. So that's that. That's that. Those four at the table, shady as hell.
mm-hmm.
And little Miss Big Energy here. I don't know exactly what type of alignment it is. I just know it's big.
It's big, and also yeah, with that 20, you could tell that her auras of like this great good.
Hmm. I see. So, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and ask this table very quietly. Anyone else feel like they're being stared at?
Where I was like, oh yeah, just the moment we just sat down, just didn't want to say anything because business. Finish was like, yeah, those guys, don't pay attention to them. I've dealt with those people before.
How dangerous are we talking here?
Like, like a gang, like gangsters, that type of thing.
Are they effective gangsters? Are they magic gangsters?
They're
What do we?
they're regular gangsters. Um, yeah, that's what I know. Like, it's just they're just gangsters.
Silverhand, are you familiar with these men?
Not in the slightest. These are new gangsters, as Fenris would say. And you just hear the frog ribbit.
Indeed. Now I do have a question. Fenris, you said you've dealt with them before, yes?
Yeah.
Do they follow their own faction or are they working with somebody?
That, not quite sure. But they're probably independent faction. Wonder why they're here, though.
That is a good question.
Tomorrow's like, probably to stir some chaos in the pot. Don't know.
So, what's the plan? How do you want to go about this? Do you want to stir the pot first? Or would you rather wait until we get the kebabs and then just figure out what to do later?
Well, tomorrow's like, well, I'm definitely hungry first, so eat the kebabs now, and after the kebabs, we could lure them out of here, just for civilian sake, and then confront them later.
Sure, if anything, we can use that chance to give it a good old fashioned test run to see how this group works out. And also to tap any unfortunate loose ends that may come across.
Venice is like,
Plus,
sounds good.
not gonna lie, I'm leaning more towards having the kebabs anyway. I can already smell the beef.
Ricky's like, beef? I'm a vegetarian. Eh. So it's like, the kebabs aren't for you. They're like, okay, it's fine. Um, uh,
I mean, if you would like to join with us, hmm. Well, actually, here's a better question for you.
hmm?
Are you a pacifist or are you a person that will pass a fist to somebody?
I'm not pacifist, but I can help.
Hmm. Well, Silverhand, what do you think?
So I was like, I'd rather punch somebody if they're evil and unrighteous. Looks at the thugs in the other table.
So we'll deal with it when the time comes. But, in any case, that explains what this amulet does, and it seems to be more helpful than I thought. So what about these other two artifacts that you gave us?
Druid is like, oh, the wand just gives you more oomph, especially with fire spells. Also, my sister gave it to me to give it to you.
I'm sorry, who gave it to you to give it to us?
My sister, um, yeah, my sister. Like, she likes fire a lot, so she gave me this to you, and just to help you out.
Is your sister also a druid?
No, she's like she's a kobold.
You have a sister that's a kobold?
Yeah,
So it's not blood sister, but it's more like sister as in title.
yes. No, actually, we were born from the same person. But I'll tell you the story
Sa-
later, maybe, if it's okay with you.
Same dad, different mom, I'm assuming?
Something like that, yeah.
Understood. So it's not Shildy I'm thinking about. Because that's the only person I know of that actually likes fire a lot.
If you like my sister's name, her name is Blaze. She punches things with fire.
Figgy's gonna roll history on that.
Okay.
Because I feel like maybe not this particular Figgy, but a Figgy has met someone named Blaze.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured that would happen.
You don't realize anything. It goes past your head.
And that is an edgy name if I've ever heard it. But I guess it makes sense. I
Mm.
accidentally closed out of roll 20.
Oops. Yeah. Okay.
Alright,
And
and
Venice is like, how about
we're
these?
right back in it.
How about these kunai? Is it like from you or from any of your sister as well? Ricky's like, well, the kunai are from my other sister named Morgan. She doesn't like going out as often, but she asked me if I'd be able to give these to you as well.
How do all these people know us?
Um, well, Mom said not to, you know, tell you about that. Not yet.
And now we have a mother that's involved as well.
Yes.
Well, alright then. Thank you for these wonderful gifts. They
You're welcome.
will have been proven to be quite useful to us. Now, I guess in celebrations of that, come join us for some food. You'll have to order something vegetarian because clearly you do not eat meat.
Okay. Um, Sabrina like orders for being like, yeah, yes, vegetarian. The waitress comes back. Like, oh, you want a vegetarian? So then she goes and gets something vegetarian for the druid.
Yo,
She's
hook
like,
her up with a falafel.
flop. What? uh,
Yeah, falafels are vegetarian. They're like got like soybeans and stuff in it.
yeah. So, the waitress comes back with the kebabs and stuff, and you guys start eating. The druid starts eating, and everybody else starts eating at the table. Speedy kind of like rivets, hops on the druid's head, and just comfy there. As he,
So is it normal for your frog to just start hopping in other people's places and stuff and wait for you to just come retrieve it? Or was this like a recent thing?
yeah, well, I found Speedy in a swamp and watching, no, not swamp. Um, yeah, found him in the swamp, and then he disappeared, and I found him again. Speedy like disappears sometimes. He says
I've noticed
he's looking for someone, I think. Right, Speedy? Ribbit. So yes.
think I do remember. He says this. I think I do remember him mentioning something like that. But anyway, this kebabs is really good.
I was like, yeah. Extra crispy too. Fenris is like, oh. As the person that likes meat, yes. So I was like, this is very exquisite.
Well seasoned, not too much red in the middle. A very nice coloration in pink. Very decent crunch to complement the crispiness of the meat. I'd say this was a really well done kebab. Thank you for the recommendation. Greatly appreciated. I have a question though. Are
Hmm?
these skewers metal?
Those are metal, yes.
Ah, yes, excellent. Here, here you go, finish. You have more kunai for you.
Yes, I will skewer somebody with this, with like a dark expression, and then she just goes back to her usual casualness and just puts it away.
Don't get too attached. I might end up using them a lot faster than you think.
Gotcha. And as we're feasting, um, the corner of the eye, you can actually see a young woman kind of like going into the tavern with disheveled hair and brown hair, and looks around, and then looking for a few people, and then finally gets to your table, and she's like rushes over, boss. Good looks at Tamara, like, and then she just whispers in her ear. Tamara's like nodding while she's like whispering in her ear, and ooh, then get that expression of like oh no expression, and then compose herself,
Mm.
and the young lady kind of like leans back from Tamara, waving at you guys as well. Tamara says, "And it looks like we found some information, more information about the guy that's been following us, that tiefling. Yeah, he's on his way here.
I see. How far away exactly?
Hmm, about 60 feet away.
And for
Um,
all that noise, he might as well be right outside the freaking door. All right. Well, how do you want to play this out? Do you want to just leave as quickly as possible and try to avoid as much conflict as we can, or do you want to try to just knock it all out of the park this one time?
I was like, I would like to knock this out of the park as soon as possible. But I'm not sure about you guys. And then here's the druid. Bad people coming? Oh,
Seems
yeah.
like it, yes.
Hmm. Okay. Druid becomes serious.
I am now serious, Druid.
I'm serious, Druid. And that is when I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And pause it there. And pause it there.
All right.
Alrighty then.
All right. I need to see what's been going on downstairs because I'm hearing my mom scream out, "Hey!" But this was a good
Mm-hmm.
sesh. Are we able to possibly do it maybe Sunday?
Sunday in early than before like 6 p.m. for me, because I have a Curse Strahd campaign that I'm playing in.
Well, yeah. Of course, it'll be before 6 p.m. because I have to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, I guess same time, just on Sunday,
yeah. So 1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Got it. All right. Thank you guys for listening in this tabletop gang series of adventures and stuff. See you guys later.